My name is Megan Pillsbury. I'm an MBA 07J. I am the founder and CEO of Dunya Analytics. We are a SaaS platform that makes it easy for companies to understand financial risk associated with biodiversity and nature loss. The idea for Dunya Analytics came from my previous experience in a climate risk analytics startup, and they had done a very good job of figuring out how to translate climate risk into financial terms, which becomes much more actionable for companies. And I have this weird nonlinear background, and it all kind of came together in this role at this startup. It was called the Climate Service. I went there for 6 months. I helped them triple in revenue that year, and then we got acquired by S&P Global. And I was wanting to be back in startups. So I left S&P a year later after I helped the team integrate. But at that, in that time frame for that year I was at S&P, nature and biodiversity risk kind of came on the scene as a corporate imperative. And I was like, well, we did a good job building a climate risk solution. Somebody's going to need to do a nature risk solution. And interestingly, it was one of many business ideas. And I wasn't even sure, did I want to go start my own company again? Would I like to go join another startup in the space? So I met with some, and then maybe this is too much information, but one day I was driving and trying to find a podcast to learn about climate things. And it was just like men mansplaining climate tech bro stuff to each other. And I was like, I want to hear from the women. Where are the women founders in this space? And then I was like, okay, I gotta go be, I just should put my money where my mouth is and go become one, right? And then try to encourage and inspire other women to come into this space. So that's what prompted me to say, okay, I'm gonna go start my own company. I had several ideas. This one was kind of the leader in all of that. And then this isn't a question that you asked, but I'm going to answer it anyway because it comes into advice to founders. It's extremely scary to put yourself out as a founder to say, I'm starting the company now, because some people do stealth startup and all this kind of stuff. But I found it very difficult to have a platform to engage with the people that I wanted to until I had a company. So it's kind of this chicken and egg experience that I had. And so at some point I was like, I just need to put it out there. So the first step I took was take the name, because you're always kind of working on a name. And I found the name and loved it many months before. I created a logo and I stuck it on LinkedIn and I said an announcement, I'm starting this company. And suddenly I had a platform for engagement, but that was it. It was the idea. I had a general idea of what it should do. I had an idea of how I wanted to take the business. But that was everything. And so it was very scary to kind of stick it out there. But then suddenly people come out of the woodwork. They want to help. They want to support. So it's a scary first step to kind of announce. But once you do, then you have this platform for engagement with other people. And again, the INSEAD network also is very supportive in helping to encourage people to start at whatever phase that they are. It's extremely difficult for me to quantify how much of an impact INSEAD has had on my entrepreneurial journey. But let me start with, I did not take any entrepreneurship courses when I was at INSEAD. Being an entrepreneur wasn't the thing that I thought of. I was there for sustainability. I was there for business strategy and transformation, trying to understand, how do you transform the private sector to align social and environmental outcomes with financial outcomes. However, after INSEAD, I had an idea for a business with somebody. We kind of came up with it. And all of a sudden, all these business skills that I accumulated, the network that I accumulated, the exposure to other entrepreneurs started just appeared like a tool belt on my person. And then you have basically unlimited resources to tap into as an INSEAD alum. So while I didn't go right into an entrepreneurial journey from the MBA, I ended up there probably influenced by the fact that I went to INSEAD and did this MBA here. But since starting on that journey, INSEAD has been a tremendous influence on that, not only like skills and network, but like I have insiders as investors. We're a portfolio company of Loyal VC. We have the opportunity to pitch at events like this. And yeah, there's all these insiders that we can reach out to for different kinds of support. So it has been a game changer in my life and certainly my entrepreneurial journey. And that was the short answer.